Jello, their H3T to boot that thing on time. I know you're looking at me like, Sever, what, you? Yes. Oh, happy Halloween, by the way. But I am one of the last people to defend Kyrie Irving. Last night I did a live stream slightly defending Frank. This morning I'm making a video defending Kyrie Irving. I am the last person to defend Kyrie Irving. A little bit of background. I'm a New York Knicks fan. You know what it is, but that's neither here nor there. I want to make this video, and I'm going to try not to get too crazy here. I'm just going to try to make it concise. But I just want to compare the difference between Kevin Love's anxiety and Kyrie Irving's quote-unquote mood swings. And I think it's disgusting, and I think it's nasty. Now, one of the things that could be a culprit here, maybe, I'm not really quite sure, is the fact that Kyrie is in New York media. He's not just in New York media, which we tried to tell you what was finna happen to you, bro, but that's neither here nor there, but you didn't listen to us. But he's also on the Nets, so that's not really helping his case. So just like we tried to warn you and Kevin Durant all summer that them dudes are going to come at you heavy and they're going to bring up everything because now you're in New York media and you're not even protected by being a Knick. You're on the Nets, but that's neither here nor there. There's still no excuse for the narratives that's being pushed. If you've been living under a rock, one of the bigger stories, for some reason, is Kyrie Irving and his quote-unquote mood swings. And I was joining in the reindeer games and jeering at Kyrie. Again, I'm a Knicks fan. Any Nets slander, I'm always here for. But someone in the live stream last night brought up a word that honestly changed my entire perception. And I take back 40% of my slander. Anxiety. Kyrie Irving has said on multiple occasions now, if you've been keeping up, I've been slightly keeping up because on the low, I wish I was Kyrie. But he has told us on multiple occasions the reasons why he chose the Brooklyn Nets. He didn't speak to anything basketball related. He was speaking to the Nets is an organization to where they value the well-being of mental health. Like, it's not just about, oh, how are those muscles, right? How's your knee? How's your ACL? How's that jumper? But how's your mental health? Apparently, the Brooklyn Nets are big on making sure players are doing good up here, not just like internally, like your bones, but up here. And for people with anxiety, that kind of stuff is huge. When Kyrie mentions things like the reasons why he was trash in the playoffs last year, or the not that good all season, whatever he specifically said, when he attributes that to the death of his grandfather and seeing how much that has taken a toll on his life, clearly, when you hear things like Kyrie is being standoffish or people don't know how to read him or his mood swings get so crazy that he's not even communicating with people, for people with anxiety like myself, those are some of the... you feel me? And what troubles me is when Kevin Love says something about anxiety and depression and all that type of stuff. It's seen as, oh, look at Kevin Love doing the right thing, or hashtag bigger than basketball, blah, blah, blah. We didn't care about what DeMar DeRozan was saying, right? Right? That's considered an add-on. We didn't care about Ty Lue going through those various issues that was very public, and he even came out and said what it was, and we all made jokes about, oh, he must be stressed from LeBron and stuff like that. But when Kevin Love comes out and says something, oh, it's serious o'clock. But when Kyrie is literally going through something before our very eyes, you saw after he hit the game winner against the Knicks, ironically, the first thing he did is go over to his family and hugs his dad and all that type of stuff, because that's clearly where his priorities lie. As someone who has had a very public dealing with anxiety, again, I was just in the hospital this summer off of it. Obviously, free agency had a lot to do with it, but that's not here to there. I had a major loss in my family this year, and I haven't brought that up on camera because it's not aboot that. I'm not doing that kind of stuff for clicks. I think that's nasty, but just to paint the picture of I've been in those type of situations as well. I mean, I'm obviously not a famous person on a basketball team, but I've had jobs where people have told me that I'm quote unquote standoffish, or I've had managers tell me that it's difficult to read me, quote unquote, and sometimes I have periods of time to where I don't communicate all that well, and blah blah blah, all things that have nothing to do with my job performance, but how people quote unquote feel about me and how I interact with other employees. Never get complaints for customers or anything like that. You feel me? But I just noticed, and I'm kind of piggybacking off of Stephen A. Smith because he kind of said this in a general term, but I'm gonna circle it back over to mental health. When you look at Kevin Love, you don't see the same type of treatment. There's no questioning if Kevin Love is mentally stable or not. He's just going through a very honest trial and tribulation. If this was Gordon Hayward instead of Kyrie Irving, the narrative would be completely different. But because it's Kyrie Irving, is he all right up here? These mood swings, instead of listening to the man and trying to understand what he's going through. Put yourself in his shoes. And if you don't have anxiety and you don't understand how that kind of stuff works, and that's what's even nastier, because there's so many people with anxiety, regardless your race, to still sit there and judge him like that. I just think it's nasty. I think it's nasty. The man is clearly calling out for help. He needs support. Y'all always want to say hashtag bigger than basketball. This is an issue where this man needs support. And I'm a Knicks fan, and I'm saying this is nasty. Y'all are gross. Like, comment, subscribe, H3T. Seeing the Triple OG putting as much work as me as early as it is. It's like 6:30 in the morning. Do me a favor, point him out. I hope Kyrie is getting the support he needs from his teammates and the people in the Nets organization, and I hope he realizes the things that are truly important, his family, the support system, all that type of stuff. And I hope he continues to look at the things in life that truly bring value to him. And I hope he doesn't let the media get to him, because he's in New York now, and this kind of stuff is not going to stop. If it was his on-court performance, then I am all here for making fun of Kyrie. But when you're talking about someone's mental health, this is just disgusting. I mean, another example who also was ironically in New York media. Derrick Rose was going through it so much, man's had to go home. Man's had an anxiety attack and just said, screw it, I'm going home. That man was fined. They were suggesting suspending him for having an anxiety attack. But Kevin Love is speaking his truth. Hashtag bigger than basketball. Well,